Welcome back to the Friday edition of Survivor to Survivor. So, what we're going to talk about today is when trauma and intimacy collide. No one wants to talk about that out loud, and many survivors feel it way down deep. If I miss intimacy, what do I do? What if I miss the chaos? What if it's a part of me still that I crave and it's something that I know is harmful? Well, today's episode, we're going to go there with honesty and grace and zero judgment. So, this one's for the survivors asking, does what I miss make me weak or just human?
Survivor to survivor, break the silence. In the depths of silence, a voice emerges. A voice that says, "You are not alone." Welcome to Survivor, where strength rises through shared stories, where pain transforms into resilience, where survivors connect and empower each other. Your story matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Join the movement. Subscribe now. Welcome to Survivor.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We got an email in. Uh, so the email reads, subject line, I miss sex. Is something wrong with me? So it says, hi, Survivor to Survivor. I don't even know if I should send this, but here it goes. I left my abusive ex almost a year ago. He was emotionally manipulative, sometimes physically violent, and constantly tore me down. But the truth is, the sex was intense. It was raw and passionate, and even though it was toxic, part of me misses it. Now I'm trying to heal, but I feel ashamed. I don't talk about this with anyone because I'm afraid they'll think I liked the abuse or that I'm not a real survivor. Is this normal? Is something wrong with me for missing the physical connection, even if it came from someone who hurt me? So, first off, I want to say thank you for writing us and sharing your raw honesty. I know how vulnerable it is to write something like that, and I want you to know you are not alone and that there's nothing wrong with you. Abuse and intimacy often get tangled together, especially when the relationship is built on extremes. You know, if your relationship has had intensity and then you had control and chaos and trauma bonding all built up into there, what you're describing isn't shameful. It's neurological, first off. It's emotional and it's real. Abusive relationships often create a cycle where pain and pleasure are so closely linked that your body learns to equate the chaos with the closeness. The intense highs that come from it, between the real dramatic lows that were created, can be addictive, and you almost have to treat it like an addiction. Your nervous system is still trying to make sense out of it. So you're not missing abuse. You're missing that feeling of the adrenaline, the rush, the validation, the intensity of it, because your body hasn't felt safe or alive or the same way ever since, right? That's not wrong. That is trauma that is healing itself. Okay. Here's what I want you to hold on to. Okay. missing the sex and the intimacy doesn't mean you want abuse. Feeling confused doesn't make you a bad survivor. And healing doesn't mean shutting off and turning off that feeling of desire. It means learning how to feel safe again. The goal isn't to judge what you miss, okay? It's to understand it and honor it in your healing and eventually build a kind of connection that is not built on fear. To be able to have the ability to have great sex with someone that is built on safety and trust and real love. And you are not broken. You're a human. And this is all just a part of healing too. So I want you to know that. If you have ever questioned your body, your cravings, your memories after abuse, know this: your response is normal. And healing isn't about forgetting what you felt, it's about untangling it and learning that love doesn't have to hurt. And if you want to ask your own questions, please email us anytime at podcast at breakthesilencedv.org. And if you want to support BTSADV's works, please, you can support us and our work for survivors by rounding up your change at Walmart through Spark Good Roundup program. Visit walmart.com/sparkgood, select Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence, and choose us as your preferred nonprofit. Every cent brings us closer to a world where survivors are heard and healed and never shamed. So thank you, and we'll see you next